Okay, 2016 NFL Draft. Cardale-Jones. Does anyone think he's going in the first round?
No.
No. All right. Let's start him with the first pick of the second round then, which is pretty high.
I think it's really high.
But I have seen a Cardale to the Browns theory at that pick, like if they would not go quarterback first round, they go playmaker somewhere with the overall number 2 pick, and they get their quarterback at the first pick of the second round. I'm not saying that's what I would do.
I just hope your throat's not scratchy.
Let's start there. First pick in the second round, number 32 for Cardale-Jones, Cleveland Browns. 33, Tennessee. 34, Dallas. 40, New York Giants. 41, Chicago. 43, Los Angeles Rams. 44, Oakland. 45, Los Angeles Rams.
Oh,
Wow. That's unbelievable.
I think I might be on an island on this. I think he's the 4th best quarterback in the draft, behind the consensus top 3. Could Paxton Lynch last this far? Maybe. I think he's a guy you can take with a plan to be a starter. I think I would take him ahead of Hackenberg. I would take him ahead of Connor Cook. I think he's got the arm. I think he's got the size. I think he's got the attitude. I think he's got the stuff you want. I think people are figuring out that whatever the Twitter stuff is, it's not a real thing. I think the Ohio State offense this year did not fit him. He's an NFL quarterback. And I think he could really be a guy. And I think he could really be a guy. And I think he's not a flyer in the 4th or 5th round. I think he's a guy you take with purpose.
I disagree slightly. I lean more toward he's a guy and not a guy you take a flyer on, and maybe a little less of a developmental thing than people think he is. But I think he lost some of that luster in this past season when he didn't play very well. I think mechanically as a quarterback he kind of took a step back. His throws were a little more erratic, and I think some of that was because he lost Tom Herman, and maybe the quarterback coaching wasn't quite as good. So I think he needs to earn some of that back. The second round for me is really high. I think like 4th round to a team that has a starter in place and he can learn for a few years is a better place for him.
I don't disagree with your idea that he is a quarterback that deserves to be taken with purpose. I disagree that you think that taking him in the middle of the second round is what that means. I had it highlighted in the 3rd round at 88 overall to Green Bay, and I think that would be a pick with purpose. I think that in that scenario, or at least in my head, Green Bay is a team that has a quarterback in place. They've got a system, they've got talent, they've got a situation that they can take a guy like Cardale, who really has very limited starting experience, even in his college career, and kind of let him develop, and then maybe take him with the purpose of eventually starting him and giving him some time. So I think you reached way too high for him. I still think that he's a guy that can be taken with purpose in the mid 3rd round or even in the 4th round, like Bill said.